Welcome to the weekend report for September 6, 2024. A pretty quiet week with the exception of jobs that came out this week. We got ADP, BLS, some big numbers and news to report there. But starting with mortgage applications, purchases just up 3% week over week. Refinances did remain kind of flat, but they are making up 46% of the applications incoming at this time. So quite a lot of volume obtained by refinance transactions at this point, and a lot of lenders really pushing refinances already, which I personally think it's a bit premature because rates will continue to come down, and I'm not going to try to sell you on a refinance right now when I know I can probably do something better for you in another 6 months to a year. Why pay twice is my opinion. I just don't think it's a good idea just yet. Jobless claims, initial claims filing for the first time down 5,000, continuing down 22,000. So sliding off a little bit there. Now I do have, like I mentioned, ADP this week, BLS jobs reports. So let's look at those jobs numbers, starting with ADP that came out first on Wednesday. Did miss expectations, 99,000 job creations versus 145,000. Good for the MBS markets, pretty big miss. And the July report was revised down from 122,000 jobs to 111,000. And this trend continues to happen month over month. You can see here within this report, most of the creations coming from construction and education and healthcare services, leisure and hospitality taking a little bit of a back burner on this particular report, but on BLS, you'll see that that's a bit different. Then you can see with wages, those people that are staying at their jobs, wage improvements of 4.8%, unchanged from the prior month. Those people that switch jobs showing 7.3% in wage improvements. So switching jobs might be beneficial for some people to consider. BLS job reports, that did come out today, showing that jobs, again, a miss of 142,000 versus the estimates of 160,000. So again, would expect not a huge miss here. So would expect a little bit of a response in the MBS markets today. Did see a bit of a shift, but we kind of tempered off now in that reaction, and I'll show you those charts a little bit later. But you can see the 2-month revision right now, 86,000 less jobs in creations based on what they initially reported 2 months ago, and we continue to see this. Big note here, the birth death model did show 100,000 job creations. This is the creation of businesses versus those that have gone under. But if you compare that to the ADP report, it showed less 9,000. So with the BLS report, their job creation showing leisure and hospitality up 46,000. And healthcare up 44,000, making up those numbers. And something interesting to note, we're going to show this here in a minute, where those job creations really coming from, why leisure and hospitality is a driver. But we have talked about this month over month with the BLS report, how they come out with these big numbers and then they continue to be revised down. So if you can see, the original numbers for 2000 or 2006 for June, 114,000 for July, both revised down the following month, and June seeing its second revision down 118,000 now versus the 206,000. So almost half of what it was originally reported 2 months ago. So these BLS numbers that we're getting are definitely a huge miss. So every time we get these numbers, just encourage you to take them with a grain of salt, because there just doesn't seem to be any real truth to the initial numbers coming out. Within the BLS report, we do get the household survey. This is where the unemployment number comes from. And you can see unemployment did tick down 0.1% from 4.3% to 4.2%. But here's the driver on that. If you look at the full-time employment, they lost 438,000 jobs. It's the part-time employment that made 527,000 job gains. That's where the unemployment came down from. So people picking up part-time work. So either they're not able to secure full-time work, or they're picking up second and third part-time jobs in order to supplement what they're already making to help make ends meet. So part-time work is driving that unemployment number, not full-time work. That is, I think, important. to note. So today, what you can see in our MBS markets, this is the 10-year Treasury. This is the mortgage rates do follow this a bit more closely. This is why I switched over to this one. Excuse me. Did show that we did have an initial good reaction to that BLS report today, but it is tempered back now, so we're flat for the day. But we have seen improvements this whole week as a result of the job number, so this is good. Interest rates continuing to move down a little bit for us. So if you are interested in purchasing a home or potentially refinancing, still a very good time to do it. Again, I caution you on the refinances, doing it a little bit too soon, because we will continue to see interest rates come down. If you jump into the market right now, you're probably going to regret having to spend more money in another year's time to get another lower interest rate, because refinances are not free. No matter what anybody tells you, I can give you a higher interest rate to help offset those costs so that you can roll it into your loan, but nothing's ever free. Just so you know, you're paying for it somehow, somewhere, and it's probably going to be in the interest rate being just a little bit higher than what it needs to be. So that's where we're at right now. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I do appreciate when you like my videos. I hope you have a great weekend.